Hello, good morning, students. Again, I am among you all with the third part of the chapter, The Best Christmas Present in the World of Class 8. As you know, I have already taught you of its two previous parts. Today I will explain of its third part. But for your understanding, I would like to revise both the previous parts in short. So let's start. As you know, the author had bought a second-hand table and he started to repair that table. He found a letter in the drawer and he decided to hand over the letter to its master because there is something in that letter that was touchy, that hurted the author. And in second part you will learn that two troops of soldiers were fighting in the battlefield. The first is Tommies, as it is clear that British soldiers are called Tommies, and the another is Fritz. German soldiers are called Fritz. And that day was also the Christmas Eve. At night time, both of the team decided to celebrate. Both of the enemy's troop decided to enjoy the Christmas together. And they gathered in the middle of battlefield. They celebrated, they enjoyed, they shared their everything with one another. And at last, in the middle of the battlefield, the football match was played. And at the last of the chapter, you will see that all the soldiers and both of the captains talked that only games and sports are the only one thing that can solve every problem of the war and the world. Games and sports have capacity, the power to solve problems and make peaceful environment, create brotherhood, friendship among people, among countries, and in the whole world. So we can see that now it is the time of third part. In third part, author was driving through the Dorset. As you know, Dorset was the address of Connie Mapperson. He searched for Connie's home. But when he saw Connie's home, he was shocked because house was in bad condition. It was totally burnt. Windows are hanging, doors were damaged and broken. Nothing was seen in the right way. So author started to ask neighbors about Connie Mapperson. And one of the old gentlemen told something about Connie Mapperson that was also very much shocking. He told that Connie Mapperson was living in the mental hospital these days. And once her house was caught fire, it means उनके घर में कभी आग लग गई थी. And everything was burnt. And luckily she was saved. And now she was staying in the mental hospital. When her husband died in the battlefield, she lost her memory, her sense, and she didn't use electricity in her home. She used to burn candles. And one night, her house caught fire. And she reached to mental hospital. She was living there, but she was still waiting her husband. She didn't remember that her husband died, she will not come again. She was thinking that he must come on any Christmas Eve, on any Christmas day. And today is also Christmas Day. And author was searching that mental hospital. He reached at the address. He met the warden, and the warden took him to Connie's room. As you know, today is also Christmas Day, so whole hospital was decorated. Everyone was celebrating, either they are nurses, compounders, doctors, or patients. But only Connie was sitting in a room alone, silently. The matron told the author that nobody ever came to meet her. Perhaps she has no relatives, no friends. Only you today have come to meet her. She will be very pleased, very happy. When the author went to Connie's ward, she was staring at a cake. That cake was marzipan. Jim Mapperson liked that cake. And on every Christmas Eve, Connie Mapperson prepared that cake. And today she also prepared that cake by her own. And she was sitting, candles were burning, and she was waiting for her husband, sitting in a wheelchair. The author went to her, gave his introduction to her, and he started to tell the previous stories. How did he find the table, the letter, how did he reach to her home, and how did he reach the hospital. But do you know, students, she was listening nothing. She was only staring at the author, and after few minutes she only spoke, "Jim, dear Jim, you have come. Come near me. Sit near me. Sit beside me. I want to touch you." Do you know why was she speaking in such a way? She realized the author as her husband. She was till today, till today, abhi tak, aaj tak, she was in her past. She was thinking that her husband has come on the eve, on the Christmas occasion. Author was surprised, shocked to see her. She was now 121 years old, and the author was only 25. But the author understood everything, that she is in her past. She is thinking that time when her husband had gone to the war, she didn't think that her husband had died. And author thought not to open his identity because that may be shocking to Connie Mapperson. She can even lose her life to listen that, understood that author is not her husband. And author sat beside her, talked to her, and the nurse came and told him that the meeting time is over. The author went. This is the end of the story. So I also want to give a short revision in Hindi. हम लोगों ने देखा कि इस कहानी में लेखक एक टेबल खरीदता है, यहीं से कहानी की शुरुआत होती है। टेबल में उसे एक लेटर मिलता है, वो डिसाइड करता है कि इस टेबल को कोनी में पर्सन तक को पहुंचाएगा। और दूसरा पार्ट जो है सो ही लेटर है। लेटर दूसरे पार्ट में साबित होता है कि खेल कूद, इट मीन्स गेम्स और स्पोर्ट्स जो है वो हर प्रॉब्लम का सॉल्यूशन है। खेल में यह नहीं देखा जाता है कि कौन दोस्त है कौन दुश्मन है। आप लोगों ने देखा होगा कि खेल में दोस्त और दुश्मन दोनों गले मिलते हैं, दोनों एक दूसरे से हाथ मिलाते हैं, हारे और जीते लेकिन वो एक दूसरे को बधाइयाँ देते हैं। और यही एक तरीका है जो हर एक प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व किया जाता है। वार किसी के लिए अच्छा नहीं होता है। वार हमेशा विनाश का कारण होता है, दर्द का कारण होता है, बर्बादी का कारण होता है। इसलिए जो देश एक दूसरे के दुश्मन हैं, हम एग्जाम्पल ले सकते हैं भारत और पाकिस्तान का या किसी भी देश का जो एक दूसरे के दुश्मन बने हुए हैं, वो इस समस्या को सुलझा सकते हैं खेल कूद के माध्यम से या एक दूसरे के सामने बैठकर बात करके। थर्ड पार्ट में हमने देखा कि लेखक कोनी मैपर्सन के घर के पते पे पहुंचता है, लेकिन वहां जाकर उसका घर उसको जला हुआ मिलता है। जले हुए घर के बारे में जानकर आप लोग ये समझ गए होंगे कि लेखक को कैसे वो टेबल मिला, कैसे उस तक वो टेबल पहुंचा कोनी मैपर्सन का। हो सकता है जब कोनी मैपर्सन का घर जल गया होगा तो उनके पड़ोसियों ने उनके सामानों को बेच दिया गया होगा। और जब फिर उसे कोनी मैपर्सन के पड़ोसी से उनके हॉस्पिटल का एड्रेस मिलता है, लेखक वहां पहुंचते हैं, लेकिन लेखक शॉक्ड रह जाते हैं ये जान करके कि कोनी मैपर्सन उनको अपना हस्बैंड समझ रही है, पति समझ रही है। और लेकिन लेखक अपने आइडेंटिटी को, अपने पहचान को छुपा लेते हैं। इसलिए वो छुपा लेते हैं कि उनके सामने में बैठी हुई महिला 101 साल की है, ओल्ड लेडी है, और उनको शौक नहीं देना चाहते हैं, उनको वो अपने भ्रम में ही रहने देना चाहते हैं, थोड़ी देर की क्षणिक खुशी उनको दे देना चाहते हैं। तो ओवरऑल इस कहानी से आप लोगों ने सीखा कि अगर हम किसी को खुशी दे सकते हैं, कुछ दे सकते हैं, तो हम दें, हम करें। और ये भी आप लोगों ने जाना कि युद्ध अच्छा नहीं होता है, कोई भी लड़ना पसंद नहीं करता है। और दैट्स ऑल। फिर मैं इसी के साथ आप लोगों को कुछ असाइनमेंट्स देने जा रही हूँ, कुछ 2 क्वेश्चंस देने जा रही हूँ, जिसको मैंने ऑलरेडी पेपर में लिख करके भी सबमिट कर दिया है। आप लोग उसको 100 वर्ड्स में या 100 या 120 वर्ड्स में आंसर लिखेंगे अपनी कल्पना से, अपनी सोच से, और मेरे व्हाट्सएप पे भेजेंगे। फिर मैं आपको बताऊंगी कि आपने कैसा लिखा है, क्या लिखा है। दैट्स ऑल। थैंक यू। हैव ए नाइस डे। स्टे home with your parents. Don't go outside. As usual, I always say thank you.